Hi, Anna and Sarah. I tried to record this on a tripod, but it didn't work. So you won't get to see me, but that's not so bad, I suppose. We're gonna do a Baroque keyboard challenge, and we went to Italy today, so we're kind of thinking about the Baroque era, which is 1600s to 1700s, kind of in that area. And Bach, of course, was big during this time. Vivaldi, who is from Italy, Venice, Italy, is also a big opera star as well during this time. Or he wrote operas, I guess. He didn't sing them. That sounds like he sings them. Anyways, we're going to actually do what is a real Bach piece. This is a little section of one of his pieces, and it has not been altered in any way. So you're going to be playing the real deal here, okay? And that means it will be difficult in this last line. This top line, yes, there's difficulty, but I think you can get it pretty good. This one is going to take some time. So we only have a week, and in order to do something well and quick, something that's fast fingered like this, you need special practice techniques to pull it off, okay? So first of all, you'll get this little handout, and it's important to kind of understand what kind of music was being developed at this time. They didn't have a piano yet. They were playing on the harpsichord, no pedals, a keyboard that does not have dynamic, ability, so it only, produces one level of sound. They also probably did not either have a lot of ability as far as creating different types of sound. I think they could do, like a staccato and maybe some legato, but it's not like a piano is today. So because we don't have those elements, the biggest important elements of Baroque music are rhythm and steady beat, keeping things even. They stress the beats, when we talk about strong and weak beats. We're not going to worry about that, though, for this challenge, okay? The other thing is to be playing with really good clarity and articulation. So the attack and the release of each note should be well emphasized, okay? We don't want, like, soft playing, because that tends to blend notes a little bit, right? So we want to hear really nice, clean, crisp notes. So tall fingers are going to be a big deal with this, okay? For more reasons than just sound. You're going to need tall fingers to get around. Okay, so on to the practice techniques. I broke them out in order as to how I would do them, okay? So I would spend days 1 and 2 on 8-ball practice. And what you're going to do here is concentrate mostly on your notes and your finger numbers, okay? This is, again, where we want to play so slow that we can do it 8 times in a row with absolutely everything accurate, okay? That means steady beat and correct notes, okay? So you're going to make a segment, and it's going to be 1 measure to the downbeat of the next measure, okay? So let me show you that. So that would be the first measure to the downbeat of the second measure, and that's the downbeat is the first note of every measure, okay? So we're not going to play those other notes there. So you're going to do that real slow and accurately, right? So I'm going to just play it real slow. Make sure fingering is correct. Do that 8 times. I'm not going to do it 8 times here, but I would do it 8 times correctly. Okay, and that is going to build muscle memory. Okay, so then this measure is exactly the same, so I would come over here now and do, you know, one measure plus the next downbeat, then come over and do this measure plus the downbeat of this one, and then this one to that downbeat, and then that one to that downbeat. Okay. All right. Next one is called detached note practice, and this is really, really good practice technique that you can use in everything. Okay. This is building muscle memory. Okay. This is specifically for that. So we are going to take a section of 7 notes or less, and that happens to be the exact same thing that we just did. It's one measure plus the downbeat. So we're going to play all those notes, and we're going to play in detached and full, so not staccato. Okay, we want them to sound full and warm, and you need to play them loud, because that's what builds the muscle memory, is that, you know, the arm bringing in that weight. Fingers and wrists should drop fully to the bottom of the key and to make a nice thick full sound. Okay, hit the bed and stay a moment. So if I'm going to do that, so I'm going to go back up to this one, okay? And I'm going to play nice, big, detached notes. So I'm getting that arm weight in there, right? And I would do it, I don't know, I still think 8 times is a good number, but if it feels like it's sticking, the thing of it is really when we get fast, if your fingers are going to remember it. So the more repetition, the more likely your fingers will remember it and be able to go faster. So if you cheat it a little bit, you may run into mistakes. So I'll leave it up to you as to how many times you want to do that one. Okay, so you would do that with the same measures that we did the first one, and then the last couple days you're going to work on what is called impulse practice. Impulse practice you'll start using when you get into 16th and like 32nd notes. And we have to play music that's super quick and clear, okay? It's going to help you with those things, quickness, clarity, and also, you know, your dexterity. So this one, we're going to pick a short segment of 7 notes or less, okay? Actually, I think just cross that out, because we do already have down here how many we're going to do. I just noticed that. So we're going to play beats 1 to 2. So that means you're not going to go to 2 and. Okay, you're going to go 1 and 2. Okay, so that's only 3 notes. And this is going to be most important down here. Okay, so you could even start with this. You may not need it up here, but you could, if you do it up here, just do the first 3 notes or the whole measure. I'm going to do the one down here. Okay, so I'm going to take these first 3 notes, okay, and I'm going to start out real nice, slow, and even. Okay, now, if you think about what an impulse is, like think of your pulse, where it pulses, right? You know, your blood is shooting through, right? And it's making that pulse. Or think of electricity being sent through, okay? So it's a quick movement, right? Something that's really quick. So that's what we want with our fingers. We want to create an impulse, something that quickly runs through the fingers. So I'm going to slowly start speeding up and finally do an impulse. Okay, so the last little bits are more of an impulse because I'm really whipping through, right? Listen carefully, because this can backfire too, because if you start to sound like grace notes, we don't want that, right? Because that doesn't sound clean and clear. So you do listen. You may not go as fast as I am because I've been playing longer, but who knows? You might be able to. Okay, you want to get good at it like that, and then you're gonna add the next note. Okay, this is like post-it note practice. So now I'm going to add the next note, but I'm definitely not going to go that fast, right? Because I want to get that. There's a little hand move there too. So I want to get good at that. Okay. If I went any faster, I probably would start sounding less clean. Okay, so then you'll go up and add the next note after that. Now once you get to 5 notes, you're done. Okay, don't do it any further because you'll start making mistakes. So we just start a new segment after that, and we would start with these 3 and do the same thing again over, and you just continue until you get done. Okay, real quick up here, you can block these, okay? And when you block them, just use the first 3 notes of each new notes there. These are going to create chords, right? Make sure you got your correct finger numbers on the right notes, okay? Otherwise, we learn it the wrong way. When you do it, I want you to look at where am I going, okay? So the first one is D, F, and A, okay? The next one starts with D, so I don't have to move that finger. And then the next note for this finger is, well, it's not going to be this finger, it's going to be the pinky, but it's going to be up here, B flat. And if I look, my third finger is right over the note that needs to go next, and that's G. So the change from here to here is just that pinky finger, because this third finger is already there, ready to go. And then the next one is having the thumb move here. 3 is going to stay on G, and 2 is going to, it's kind of hanging like right here, but it's going to go to E. Okay, so the change from that was really just this and this. So they're not ginormous changes. And if you can get good at that, then it's just breaking them apart. Right? So I would practice it that way too, because I think it'll be quicker and to get it right. If you don't want to start with all 3 notes, just do the first 2. And get good at that. Because more than likely putting in that middle note will be much easier. Okay? So that's another way, an additional technique. Blocking is really awesome for learning difficult things like that. Okay, that's it. Spend a lot of time on this because we want to see, how good you can get it. And just think even rhythm, because there are no quarter notes that stop this 8th note rhythm. So it's bump, 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 bump. It's like a, constant ticking, right? And that's what we want it to sound like, okay? If you have any troubles, let me know. And that goes for anything else you're working on. Okay, have fun with it. We'll play it on the harpsichord when you come back. And so it'll sound really like you're stepped back in time. So it should be fun. Your first real true Bach piece. And as you work on this, just imagine what's happening down here at the same time. Yep, Bach is hard. Okay, see you later.